The city was small. Ventura, California, had a population of about 17,000. Across the street were some neighbors, and my sister and I used to go over there. We weren't allowed to touch the radio and change programs, but on their radio, they had something that I guess we would call boogie woogie. And when I heard that, that was it for me. I remember sitting at this piano and, just playing the notes and saying, oh, wow, this is the easiest thing in the world. I could do anything on the piano. I just remember thinking that. Somehow we got 2 of these records, and I put on the record player, and I thought, I like this sound. I'll just listen to a little bit. Every note that the piano player played, I played, and I wrote it in there. So if I would transcribe, I would just do Charlie Parker and Bud Powell together. This one record, Jazz at Massey Hall, that's where I learned a lot from that. And I would just do both solos, and so I could put the record on and play with it. I got my own little trio when I was 16, and then at that time I got a job through some other musicians that knew me at a club called a $1 Million Theater, downtown Los Angeles. And the job started maybe 9 o'clock, and it got off at around 1 in the morning. I got home about 3, and I should be to school at 7 in the morning. So I went about half the time. Ornette Coleman remembers hearing me long before I remember meeting him. I was around 17. Paul Bley just hired Ornette, Don Cherry, Billy Higgins, and Charlie Hayden. And when I heard that music, I thought, this is what I've heard all my life, but I never heard it. What I heard was the sound of heaven and earth put together, yeah. I was married, and my husband kept talking about New York. We have to go, we have to go. And then I thought, oh, why not? And then we moved down to the East Village. So I had these 4 children, and we were on the 6th floor. But it had its advantage because one night I said, oh, I'm going to go around and hear Art Blakey. It's right around the corner at Slugs. The band sounded great, but the piano player was up there not playing, just sitting. So I went up to the piano and asked him if it was okay if I played. And he said, yeah. So I played, and I played the rest of the set. Art Blakey looked up and saw it was me, and he hired me on the spot. The first major job that I had with Art Blakey was going to Japan, and there were no rehearsals. And I hadn't listened to his band, so I didn't really know what to expect. There were 44 concerts in 42 days. To give you an idea. The best musical experience that you can have is just, when you're playing. I think it could happen when you're just playing by yourself, but it's double or triple or whatever, quadruple, if you're playing with a group of people and all of a sudden it's one person playing. And there's something very pure that's available, easily available to people that happen to be open to that. Nothing needs to be taught, just experienced.